Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a Q&A leading up to the second half of Fear the Walking Dead Season 2. In this one, we're going to start with a question. I'm going to give my thoughts on whether or not I think Daniel is dead, and some more of your guys' questions. All right, man. So definitely wanted to get a video up for you guys for today because I haven't had a Walking Dead video for a few days. This one's going to be Fear. Right now with regular Walking Dead, there isn't much going on. There's no releases or anything. There's really no news or anything. And they've been doing a pretty good job this year of locking down the spoilers. So I haven't really heard too much, for the most part with regards to regular Walking Dead. So, but I will have some videos coming up for you guys with regards to that. I'll try to do one maybe tomorrow or the next day. Just kind of the usual stuff for you guys. I do still want to do some of the other character theories because it's still up in the air for who's been killed off in the Walking Dead finale. But this one is kind of a similar topic. But actually, before we get into that, a lot of people have asked me to review Preacher. I'm working on it, guys, but it's the first episode is really long, so I watched half. I'm gonna watch the rest and everything, and then I'll do a review once I kind of understand everything. Everything's new to me, so I'll be doing, because I haven't read the comic book series. I actually, with Preacher, I've never even heard anybody recommend the comic book series. So I'm surprised it's even getting a TV show online. 6 years, comic book related stuff. Nobody's ever been like, "Oh, Trev, have you read Preacher?" At least I can't remember anybody saying that to me, which is kind of crazy. So, but I'm going to watch it. It looks pretty. The action sequences are pretty crazy in Preacher. So I'll have a review for that posted for you guys really, really soon. So just a heads up for both of those. So this topic is Daniel dead. So I touched on it in the predictions video. I want to update it because some people have mentioned in the comments, Walking Dead Update said a few times in the comments that Gale Ann Hurd said that Daniel isn't dead. And Chris Hardwick said the release date, end of August, basically. So I'll put the link in the description to the scene for you guys. It's a spoiler scene, Fear the Walking Dead, Daniel, the wine cellar, that kind of deal. Let's break this down. So he comes inside the cage, and he's pouring gasoline all the step of the way right back to the opening. And then he puts it like all around himself pretty much, or in front of him, and that kind of deal. And then he lights it. And you see the fire everywhere in his eyes, and he's like right there in the middle of it, or right beside it. At best, he's like right there. Okay, and there's the whole place goes up, and also you see his wife comes out, and she's ready to give him a big hug, big zombie hug. I don't know, big hug, and you see all the other zombies who turn and look at him, and they kind of turn into people and this kind of deal. So my interpretation of this scene, there are wine barrels everywhere. There's gas. There's fire. There's zombies. I just cannot see this. How could he survive that? It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like he's got to be dead at that point after that. But again, it's TV show logic. They didn't show it to us. And, according to Talking Dead, apparently, they said that Daniel is not dead. Or maybe she said and confirmed it. I haven't verified. I haven't checked. I haven't had time. Because I got to do Preacher and the other stuff. And I don't want to get this video done for you guys. So this one for me is like, I'm kind of annoyed by this crap. Because no more stupid Nicholas dumpster shit. This is getting ridiculous at this point. It doesn't help also that Game of Thrones kind of did the same thing with Jon Snow and then brought him back. So that doesn't help either. But I personally am getting a little bit annoyed with the season breaks and the half-season breaks with, or having a character that you think is dead and then they bring him back because they didn't show it on screen. And there's also people talking in the comments that maybe Celia could still be alive. Maybe there's another way out or something that she knew about, or I don't know. They just think maybe somehow Celia could still be alive because they didn't show it. And, that's kind of true, too, that they didn't show it, so we don't know for sure that Celia is dead, so we can't say conclusively with regards to that either. So with regards to the Daniel question, I would say he should be dead based on the scene. If he's not, okay, I'm happy because he's a great character, so I'm happy that they're going to keep him around. I do think that he's a really cool character, and, he's a lot of fun. But the fact that he's losing his mind and stuff, it's so sudden. That kind of it didn't come right out of nowhere because we heard kind of some voices from him before, and we know he's lost his wife and everything. And it might not hit you until you're actually safe and able to relax for a bit and think, and then all of a sudden this shit can come in. And as soon as you stay on task and you're on mission or something, something, you may be able to kind of block it out and stay busy. But once you get, slow down, things slow down, you're not trying to scramble to survive from zombies all the time and people shooting at you and stuff. Maybe just thinking caused it to happen. But I personally, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of what they're doing here with him. If he does survive and make it out of this, it is kind of like a Glenn out of the dumpster type deal. The difference is, though, is that it's a new show, so people are not as attached to the characters as they are in the regular Walking Dead. And it wasn't shown the same way. Like the regular Walking Dead, it was kind of ridiculous. Like you see him, he's there, guts are pulling out everywhere. And, you're thinking, how the hell could he survive that? So this is a very similar type of situation to that, because you got the fire everywhere and everything. And she's saying, oh, no, he could be alive. So it's like, oh, man. So I guess the answer right now would be, yeah, probably. But I just think it's really stupid. So you guys can write your comments below. Let me know what you think. And, because really based on the scene, it's a lot like the Glenn situation, too. That Glenn could Glenn get out of there? Is he really going to be able to hide underneath the dumpster and the zombie's not going to? I don't know. It's it's one of those Nicholas type things. So there it is. I guess he's alive, guys. So if you like the character, celebrate, be happy. But kind of another cheap shot from AMC. I want to say, always more cliffhangers. Yeah, it's true. Okay. So, yeah, Stephen B., he had said they never showed Celia and Daniel's death, so we don't know for sure that either of them are dead. At this time, it looks most likely, because we can't say for sure, that Daniel's probably alive and Celia's probably dead. That's what's most likely. So, yeah, Walking Dead updates, he's the one who updated us on that, so thank you for that. Julie C. said, no, I don't want Daniel to be dead. He is the best character in Fear so far. So I want to comment on that. I think he is one of the best characters in Fear so far, minus the going crazy stuff and that. But I think he is a lot of fun. I almost want to say at this time, I think Nick might be our kind of best character, sort of, especially because he's been, doing the guts thing, and he seems to enjoy it and everything. And I think Nick is probably the standout at this time. But some of my favorites have been, Nick, Daniel. Daniel was great in the season 1 finale. Strand's really cool, and I do like Madison, but her killing Celia like that, I felt like that was pretty cold and very unnecessary, I want to say. I just think it was pretty unnecessary. Like, if she was going to leave and go find somewhere else to live, do we really think that Nick wouldn't go with her and he would stay with Celia? I don't think so. I mean, it's his mom. I mean, I know maybe he doesn't have the best relationship with her, but I tend to think, that said, maybe because Nick is not, your regular type of person, that maybe he wouldn't. But I tend to think he would. But granted, he did what Strand told him to do too in that, and didn't listen to her already. So maybe she has reason to want to believe that he wouldn't. But I tend to think he still would, because it is his mom after all. But yeah, hopefully Daniel's not dead. I just think it's really dumb that they keep doing this kind of stuff. I mean, it's kind of a TV thing to do. It's like, well, if you're going to watch TV shows, you're going to have to be okay with them not always showing if someone's killed. It's just that it seems this year there's been too much of it. I'm getting burned out on it. Next one's from BDog8504, and he said, I really didn't like this episode. What happened to Daniel? Did Celia die? Why didn't we see that? I feel the same way. Why is Alicia here since she's done almost literally nothing? I think we all know why she's there. Why have Celia poison the entire group and then make Nick feel bad for her? The whole first half has been a lot of not much at all. Really need to focus their story and not do so many standalone eps leading nowhere. So B-Dog is not satisfied. So I thought I'd put that in there. Doug's World says, Walking Dead equals a 5-star hotel. Fear the Walking Dead equals a Walmart McDonald's. Nice. So a lot of people thumbed that one up. I wanted to include it. Yeah, it's not really a fair competition either, though, because we've had so many seasons with The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead has the comic book series. The Walking Dead has action figures. The Walking Dead has, mass appeal already. Fear the Walking Dead is just getting rolling. So it's near the beginning. And even when The Walking Dead was started, I can tell you guys this because I was reviewing Walking Dead before the TV series started in my other channels. That some of them didn't last, some of them did, depends. But yeah, people weren't that into it when it first started. It was a hit right off the bat, but it was like, I want to say around season 5, I think is where it became, colossal, huge, to where people were really talking about it a lot, really getting into it, buying a lot of merchandise, because there's tons of Walking Dead merchandise now. And back in the beginning, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. So Fear hasn't had enough time, I feel like, yet to become that. I don't know if it ever will, because it's not the first one. But if Fear was a show that was on by itself, I would still probably watch it, even if The Walking Dead never existed. And I would like it quite a bit. And depending on what they do with it in the future, I think it could get really good. I think it could become great. So we'll see what happens with it. Because in the second season, The Walking Dead wasn't really that huge either. You can even look at the ratings. They weren't that, like, they were big. It's always been big, because it's always been a great show. But they weren't like they were in season 5, for example. Cav3Man9 says, Fear the Walking Dead, I think... I knew they were villainous from the first episode. Madison looks like a villain with her bitch glare. It looks could kill. I would be dead 13 times. It's funny how bad people hate Madison, man. Everybody hates Kim Dickens' character Madison. It's pretty crazy. Haruhai Suj Umiya says, Madison did not hold the door. Nice. I thought that was funny too. And so a few people asked me what I think about the return date, this kind of thing, and I'll wrap it up with this one. Yeah, it's going to be like near the end of August. We'll see which Sunday it ends up being. I don't know the exact Sunday off the top of my head, but I thought it was around the 14th, but it might be the next week, depending. So yeah, it's kind of unfortunate, man. I was really hoping that what they would do is they would start it in July and then go over July, August, and then maybe in September, October have a little bit of a break, and then The Walking Dead starts. Because if it's only like a month between, I think that's better. But it seems like they're opting to kind of have it not leech, but they're kind of having it set up and end the regular Walking Dead to kind of keep people in the Walking Dead mode. And maybe that's smart too, to get people, after Walking Dead, the regular series ends, have them watch Fear the very next weekend, so that they don't kind of get out of the habit of each Sunday tuning in. So I guess that makes sense. But I think it'd be cool to kind of space them out a little bit better, so that you might have a break in between, and then have Fear start, and then have Fear end, and then have another month or two, and then The Walking Dead start. So that's just me. I would prefer it that way, but oh well. I'm still liking Fear a lot. I'm still enjoying it quite a bit, and at least there's things happening. At least there's change in the series. They start off in LA, then they're on the boat for a while, and now they're in Mexico. So I think that's pretty cool to see that kind of distance and change right off the bat so far. So cool stuff. And that'll be it for today's Q&A, guys. Heads up for the Preacher review will be coming either later today or tomorrow. I'll get that done for you guys soon. And if you like this video, please thumb it up below. If you want to help support the channel, you can share, you can favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, you can subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this one. See you guys again really soon. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. See you guys.